Evening, everybody. Welcome along. It is Monday evening, start of a brand new week, and more importantly, it's the start of Crystal Palace as a Premier League club. We have managed to get our 10th trophy of British Steel, so I guess it's back to the old favourite, innit? Pens and paper at the ready. Part one of the transfer special happens right now. Here we are then, everybody. Welcome, as I say. Hope you're all good. It is, of course, time to just say thank you to everyone who's in the chat. Obviously, Vince V is in, Fat Nigel's in, Keeney's in, Pastor Dutch is in, Franco's here, Thomas is in. Who else have we got here? Broadsist in with a resub, 4 months. Appreciate Broadsist. Frozen Luffy's here. Of course, the Arsenal as well, and Jord and Dan FM Gamer. Yes, we are, of course, welcoming to everyone who's just chilling out in the background. Pull yourselves up a chair, get your feet up on the sofa, get a coffee, get a cup of tea, get a beverage of any description you want, get some snacks. We are going to be in for a while. If you've not done one of this before, right, if you've not been in one of these transfer streams before, and sometimes they take 2 streams, right? So this is the thing. We have a long process where we look at what we've achieved that season or not achieved, and then we look at what has worked well for us. We look at what we want to improve. We go through every position in the squad, particularly the starting 11 first of all, and go, right, like, okay, who is going to be there? Is that player still going to be there next season? If not, can we upgrade that player? Can we get a better person in that position? Llama's in the house. Hello, Llama. Welcome along, my friend. Hope you're good. If you're not following Llama, why the devil not? Go and make sure you drop some subscriptions on Llama's YouTube content. He is knocking out some amazing stuff. We are, of course, here, as I say, to celebrate the championship. We won the title on the last game of the season. It looked like it was out of our hands for a little bit. We looked like we dropped the ball in this month here, to be honest. We lost to QPR, who, of course, finished second. These 2 defeats here, Cardiff and Bournemouth, I thought were going to do us, to be honest. But look at this, though. Bang, 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 bang. We went hell for leather towards the end, and we pulled ourselves around and got that massive 3-1 win on the final day of the season, including this goal, by the way, including this goal from Daniel Day-Lewis against his former club, Ipswich. Check out this for putting us in front, okay? There was some lovely movement here. Maxo, who somehow was inexplicably brilliant, but what about that from Daniel Day-Lewis? Cheeky dink up over the keeper. That makes it 1-0. Biggsy there. There's the chat. Z. He's causing us a bit of a question, you know, because is he Premier League quality? Maybe. Don't know. The chat. Biggsy again. Z. Damjanovic. There's the tap in from Daniel Day-Lewis with his left foot, as Franco was saying there. 3-0 up. We were obviously cruising along at that point. And then we let it go, which is fine. You know, it's one of those things. But we won the title 3-1. As I say, that final run in here. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins out of 7. Only conceded 2 goals in that as well. So we just dialed ourselves in and went, right, let's win the league. And to be fair, the club, the side that we've got, the squad we've got, we knew it was good enough to win the championship. We knew it was good enough to get promoted. It's done what we've expected, what we wanted to do, to be honest. The expectation, of course, overall for the season was ironically finishing the top half. All we had to do was finish in the top half of the table. We won the title, so there you go. So we are, of course, going to be heading into the Premier League. And as Lama says, that we do still have the Vanarama North and South to do. And we'll show you what we've got, actually. We'll show you what we've got, because Zar's obviously saying what team we're managing in Wales. There's a question already from the Arsenal saying, let's get the job screen up. We'll do that as well, don't worry. This is what we have won. Okay, so here's where we currently are. That is our trophy haul. So Banbridge, 2 trophies. So it's a promotion from the Irish 3rd Division and a trophy. Nothing to put it down. Cup Winners' Cup at Dungannon. Cup Winners' Cup. A Euro Mid-Ulster Cup for Dungannon. A league title and a cup for Linfield. a promotion and a league win, and also the FA Trophy for Oxford, nothing at East Fife, a promotion at Huddersfield, and of course the championship for Crystal Palace. Luffy, 4 months sub, appreciate Luffy, very kind indeed, thank you for the support there. And this of course is where we currently stand in terms of what we've achieved. So all the green of course in Northern Ireland is obviously what we've got here in terms of what we've won in Northern Ireland. So we still have to go back to the Northern Irish Championship. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cups still to win in Northern Ireland. We have of course ticked off the National League, League 1, League 2 and the Championship and the FA Trophy in England. Still a lot to do. National League North, South, the Papa John's, the Charity Shield, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, the Premier League, and of course everything in Scotland and Wales. So Spennymoor, shocked when we walk away from the Premier League to take over? Quite possibly, Llama, quite possibly. I'm going to show you very quickly. I'll show you first of all. Franco has touched upon it because this is what might sway us a little bit, right? Ladies, gentlemen, everybody else, please say hello to my child in the game, Jonathan Jameson. 15 years old, born in Sunderland, 6 foot at 15. God, what a massive, massive man. He's already the youngest ever player at Crystal Palace's history because, you know, nepotism reigns supreme. And there you go, favoured personnel, father. Never actually had a son in the game before. This is the first time, so really, really delighted about that. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens as to whether or not we stay at Crystal Palace. Lulu Buster, the anniversary was lovely. Thank you very much. Very, very lovely indeed. We had a cracking time. Again, for those of you who don't know, it was mine and Mrs. J's 10th wedding anniversary over the week. So Thursday was our wedding anniversary. Friday, we went off to a lovely place called Rudding Park out in Harrogate. It's a spa hotel with a Michelin recommended restaurant on there as well. And it was really, really lovely, really lovely. We properly chilled out. We had a bit of a spa and all that sort of stuff. Smashed down some amazing food in the evening. Had a great night's sleep. And then came back to our children on Saturday, which is crushing a reality. Hit back in as I was in a child's birthday party at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah. So any relaxing was just gone quickly. So that's where we are with that one. Great night's sleep. It was a great night's sleep, Vince. Don't you worry about that. We made sure we slept. We were like, we need to do this. Let's get our heads down. We don't have to wake up in the morning. This is going to be perfect. So we did that. No early call from grandparents, thankfully. Thankfully, Le Booster. Thankfully, absolutely. They would have been told no. I can already hear crying. That's not a good start, is it? I think Mrs. J's got him. I think Mrs. J's on it. Let's keep our ears peeled just in case. So, job market looks like this, because of course we have to consider the jobs as well. Yes, we're in the Premier League. Can we win the Premier League with Man City? With Man City, so with Crystal Palace? Maybe. It's unlikely, but maybe. Can we win a cup? Maybe. Even Tomo, how are you, pal? Welcome in. Nice to see you, of course. Can we win a cup? Possibly. Possibly we can win a cup. Thing is, looking on that jobs board, there's not a huge amount. So first of all, first things first. Zayn was 6 months on the sub. Appreciate you, Zar. Very kind. Is the youngest player in history of Palace crying because we're leaving? Possibly. Like, Dad, I don't want to leave London just yet. You're from Sunderland, mate. We shouldn't be down south too long. We'll come out in hives. In future, can you let the chair stream, please? I should have done, shouldn't I, really, Lou? I should have really done that, to be honest. I will make a note of that going forward. So, Llama, Radcliffe have just been relegated to the Vanarama National North. Absolute no-brainer. He's right, you know. He's 100% right. Look at that. Darius Tresson Donnelly is there. 25 years old, 8 goals in 19 games. That's one every other game. Connor Smallwood in goal. This is crying out for us, surely. Look at that. Predicted 21st, so they've not massively underachieved, really, have they? To be honest, Mrs. J, 24 months. Here we go. Look at this. Hype train's on its way now. Choo choo choo. We're pulling out the station. Jonathan isn't coming to Radcliffe. Jonathan's got bigger things to do than go to Radcliffe, hasn't he? Rajo says possibly to the league, but depends how many seasons you're willing to stay. Well, there is that, isn't there? Not necessarily going to be this season, but you never know. There is, of course, Dagenham and Redbridge. We can go there. That'll be interesting. The Daggers could maybe get there. That could be quite interesting. Having a mini trifle is better than no trifle. It is Luffy, to be honest. And you know what? I should have got myself a dessert, but I was going to stream yesterday, and I just not really felt it. I was just like, oh, you know what? I felt a bit like, obviously, sort of coming back and being a bit like all over the place and stuff. I think just yesterday just like exhausted me. I was like, right, just not streaming last night at all. Zeeb gifting out as well. Zeeb, appreciate you. That's very, very kind indeed to Sar Mountaineer with a gifted sub. So thank you, Zeeb. Very kind indeed. Rada, evening. Welcome in. Nice to have you. Mrs. J handling the kids and resubbing. She's coming up trumps this evening. Isn't she just? Ragio, 5 gifts. 5 from my main man. Appreciate it, Ragio. Very kind indeed. Unknown PT, Jord. 57 Mac, Northern Pilgrim, XT Ricks, all of that. Look at this. Oh, we're having a right party. I'm going to have a little sip on my my lemon tea, actually, my green tea. So, get yourselves out. It's going to be great, isn't it? Happy anniversary to myself and Mrs. J, mate. Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. WGP guy in with a follow as well. Thank you very much for that. Very kind indeed. If you've not followed, by the way, you might as well just click the button now. Get yourself in. Do it. We're going to be here for a while. We're doing British Steel Challenge. The plan is to win everything in England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Currently, as I say, we've done 10 trophies in 16 seasons, 15 technically. So, decision is now to be made. Do we stay at Crystal Palace? Do we consider going to Blythe Spartans? We've done Blythe Spartans before. I feel as though it's only going to go downhill at this point from Blythe Spartans. I can't see me replicating what I did with them before. But you never know. Okay? Gloucester, possible. All this, I think we can ignore this, really. Forest, Plymouth, Barnet, Burton, Tranmere, all that sort of stuff. West Brom, Hartlepool, it's not for us. Telford, Dagenham, Redbridge, Radcliffe, unless they've gone down, Dagenham, Redbridge and Radcliffe, possibly. Ballyclare, too low down, 3rd Division. Blythe, maybe. Gloucester, there's a nice services there, but apart from that, I can't see us going to manage Gloucester just yet. Although Malvern Tyres is a sponsor, and that's quite a nice kit to us. Maybe. That's a possibility. Blackburn relegated from the Premier League. They're in the Championship now. We don't need to go to Blackburn. The difficult one, of course, is this one here, which, of course, given the morally good adventure that we like to put ourselves under, I can't see us going for it. I can't see us going for it because they're still in charge. So no, it's not a thing. Motherwell, there's the redemption story. They are done. They are absolutely done in the Scottish Premiership. Look at this. They are cut adrift. way adrift. That's not going to happen. Like, look at that. Morton have managed to secure themselves. So they could go there. So, right. WPG guy, basically what this means is, so the plan of this save, is that we need to try and win everything, okay, in England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. We've been promoted with Manchester, with Crystal Palace into the Premier League. So we're looking now at going, can we win the Premier League with Crystal Palace, or can we win a cup? Because if we can't, we've got to kind of like try and maybe consider moving on to go to a club where we can win a trophy. So it is a journeyman, but it's a journeyman with a point and with sort of very specific parameters. So we are kind of like looking around, being like, I wonder if there's a way we can move up. You know, can we position ourselves a little bit higher in the Premier League, Or is there a job somewhere else, like in Scotland, for example? Say the Celtic job came available, we can go right. We can go and win this SPL fairly easily there. Dundee United, they're in 11th in the Premier in the SPL. Can we win the SPL with Dundee United? Probably not. So maybe we'll stay at Palace. Why would we not go to Man City? Because of the whole sports washing of Manchester City. And the same reason we won't go to Newcastle, because of the sports washing. It's just not something that I personally agree with. So for me, I don't really want to be sort of like tied in with all that nonsense. So I'm keeping an arm's length on all that sort of stuff. I make a very big deal out of this whole thing. So I'm going to try and like keep away from all that sort of stuff. So not going to get myself involved with it. What is interesting though? What is interesting? We have a chance of 2 cups and there's nothing there isn't worth a change as of yet. Yes, exactly, Franco. We could possibly still win a cup with Crystal Palace, and that's potentially what we need to be looking at. We're not leaving Mrs. J. Don't we have to do this to set our stall out to say, look, here's where we are. Here's what's available to us. What we have is better than all the options that are available. Yeah. So we're staying at Palace. That's where we are. Right. Something else. If something else better comes up, we'll consider it. But right now, we plan to stay at Palace. Right. Looking at what's down here in the stable category, right? Man United is a bit of an interesting one because they finished the Premier League season in 17th. Okay, Ruud van Nistelrooy came in 50 days ago. Remember when we applied for the Man United job, didn't get an offer on it? Ruud van Nistelrooy took over, and he's there, right? They might go down. So Sunderland might stay up because the league's not finished yet in the Premier League. Sunderland might go down and Manchester United might stay up. Okay, so that's really, really interesting. Man United could be back on the table very soon. Chelsea could potentially still be on the table because that's here as well. There you go. Todd Boehly, I think, is still in charge of Chelsea. So again, that's a bit of a weird one. Yeah, Boehly's still there, and a game in hand for Sunderland as well. So it's not beyond the realms of possibility. Sunderland stay up. We could even potentially move to Sunderland. Do you know what I mean? You wouldn't go with that corporate shite, would you? Well, no, not really. I'd rather not. But again, we have to look at what's the way of winning the title, and I'd rather win it with Crystal Palace. Spurs, if Spurs are an option, let's go and do Spurs. Liverpool win the league and Man United go down, best season ever. I mean, it's just a game, Mrs. J. It's not real. It's not real. We could go to Wales. Exactly. See, there's loads of options. I mean, look at the Premier League. Look just how shit the Premier League is, though. Really, okay? It is just a bit shit. Look at those nonsense teams in there, and you go like, that doesn't seem fun. Like, it doesn't seem fun. Yeah, the pudding. Yeah, I started mentioning that, Joel. I felt a bit off yesterday, and I was like, oh, I didn't quite feel with it. And I went out to the shop tonight. I was like, right, I'll go to the shop and I'll try and like get a dessert. And just nothing took my eyes. There was not. Like, I almost bought a rhubarb pie. That's where I was, but even then I was like, I don't know if I fancy a rhubarb pie, and that's not like me. Normally I could eat a rhubarb pie, but I didn't fancy it today. So maybe Wednesday we'll do something. We'll do a big dessert Wednesday. It just feels like a bit of a strange moment, doesn't it, to be like, right, what we're gonna have, and then just nothing jumped out at me. To us, Tyrrell Habib, welcome in. Nice to see you. Hope you're well. I get some from the food bag. There's not even too much in here. There's a snowball still. Still want me snowballs in there because let's be honest, nobody in this house eats them bar me. So there you go. And all the pie filling out there. You thought it was rhubarb. I mean, well, there's rhubarb or apples, so it could have been apple pie as well. But Tyrrell Habib in with a follow as well. Thank you for that. Nice to have you doing that. It's much appreciated. So yeah, I could have had an apple pie. Maybe I'll do that Wednesday. Right. Let's get the pens. Let's get the paper. Right. At the ready, everybody. The league season, by the way, hasn't even finished technically because, of course, there's the playoffs. So we're getting a bit of a steal on the The kids' Easter eggs are downstairs if you want one of those. I'm all right. No. We're okay for Easter eggs. Big dessert is a hot tub Tuesday. Is a Wednesday, sorry. Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. Hot tub Wednesdays. We want Easter eggs. If we have Easter eggs, Mrs. J, we have Easter eggs. You know what I mean? Have they survived this long? Because I try not to give the kids as much chocolate as we possibly can. I'm bad for that. I really am. I'm like, they don't need all that chocolate. They don't need that chocolate. And Mrs. J is like, they should have 1,000 Easter eggs. I'm like, no, don't need to do this. So, I mean, if an Easter egg makes its way up here, and I do eat a lot of trifle, that's the thing. So, right, let's try and make it look like we know what we're doing here, okay? So, this, of course, was what we did for our formation last year. 4-3-3 worked pretty well, I think we've got to say. Overall, we managed to get ourselves scoring goals. Defensively, we were pretty solid. It's probably going to come unstuck every now and again in the Premiership, but maybe we just pull our wingers back a little bit. Maybe make it a 4-5-1 possibly. Maybe we sort of slightly change it a bit more to a 4-4-2, maybe. You never know there. There is that as an option. Or maybe we push up into a 4-3-3. Maybe we go to a diamond. It's going to depend upon the recruitment. Okay, but having a quick look overall, you can blame us say about 1,000 Easter eggs for the kids. I hear no complaint when she keeps you knee deep in trifle. Well, unfortunately, Arsenal, I've got to let you in a little secret. I go to the shops to buy the trifle, right? Cucho in with a follow, by the way. Welcome. 4411 is the brainchild of Big Sam. That is the way to play, the correct way to play. I agree, George. I absolutely agree. We should not be looking to get past the halfway line unless we really need to. This is our cup formation then, when no one really expects us to be attacking. This, however, let's break down the squad. And then we can work out from there. 2 DMs and a CM. Yeah, maybe we go slightly back towards what we had at Oxford, and we end up with the 2 DMs here, which was like a DM and a Volante. We have the shadow striker here. The midfielders have dropped a little bit. The wide players are a little bit tucked in. We could go back to something like that, and that might give us a bit of defensive solidity, plus then allow us to push on. But again, it's going to depend on who we get to play in this number 10 role. Better than balls deep. Well, depends, Mrs. J. Depends. Do you know what I mean? Can't say for definite, can't say for not. So, right. Let's have a quick look then. So, goalkeeper, Kitakovsky, he was pretty good. He was pretty good last season. He's only 21. He's going to get a bit better. A little bit better. But we're in the Premier League, right? And if you believe the PR machine that is the Premier League, then the Premier League is the greatest league in the world with the greatest players in the world. So therefore, we might need another goalkeeper. So for the 3rd season in a row, we might have to look for a goalkeeper. Okay? So at this moment in time, possibly he drops to back up. Okay? So I'm gonna tick it for now and say yes, he's a member of the squad for next season. He might not necessarily be, I'll put a little asterisk next to it, he might not necessarily be the first choice. Okay? Luzek is the backup goalkeeper. I think we can loan him out, actually, and give him some experience. Okay? Please say his name after a few drinks. I can barely say it now, George, to be honest. Kitakovsky, I think we've called him. Are we purposely signing hard name players? Yeah, basically. I'm making the challenge even more difficult than I possibly can. So goalkeeper, we probably need another goalkeeper. Yeah, probably. Right back. Old Drinky Drinkerson. Maxo, double Maxim. He loves an ale. If Kitakovsky isn't good enough, might be worth selling if he's worth 20 million. Potentially, Ragio. Beta Child in with 4 months on the subs. Appreciate Beta Child. Very, very kind indeed. Good evening and a good time to come into a balls deep in trifle. You've been in the stream before, Beta Child. You know what it's like, right? Challenge just by Vanarama players. No, wouldn't work. Next. Unless, of course, we're in the Vanarama, then it'll work perfectly. I'll soon listen to Tony narrate the entire Milner book. I need a good night's sleep. I'll take over the save and he can do that in the privacy of his own gym. Yes, I could do that. I could do that. Definitely sell Maxwell the Boozer. I feel bad. Like, if he can sort it, like, if we can send him to A during the season, during the off season, right? Can we get the money for him? 80 grand a week wages means he might be tricky to move off. I'm gonna put a question mark. Hang on, 2 seconds. There might be an Easter egg here. She wasn't joking. There's definitely the Danish Gaza. There's definitely a mini eggs in there. So look at that. There we go. Evening, Leclosian. How's the challenge looking? We're up to 10 trophies now, Leclosian. So we're slowly catching you. I mean, massively slowly, but we are trying our best. London's calling. London-based players only. Ooh, maybe. Sell Maxwell the Boozer. Maxwell's one of the only Premiership quality players we've got. That right there. That's the point. That's the point. He's Premiership quality. So don't get rid of him just yet. Plus, despite the fact he was lashed most of the season, average rating 7.05. So, do you know what I mean? Imagine how good he would be if he wasn't pissed. Or he can play that well. I think we keep. You know what I mean? He needs 8 stars to play a game. If that's what he needs, that's what he needs. Sometimes you don't question genius, do you? You just have to go with it and go like, right, that's where we're at. Daniel Bell, we never gave him much of a chance, did we? To be honest, Daniel Bell, we didn't really. QPR want him as a transfer. Obviously, they're just going up. It's fine. A random bloke gave his egg to our eldest when he smashed his face on the seat when the bus parked his brakes too quickly. Oh yeah, that's a good point actually. Yeah, this was the weird old man egg, which shouldn't be eating an old man's egg on the on stream. But hey, you know what I mean? We need that partner application in, right? So we might need another pisshead. Maybe that's how we get the best out of Max, or even better. You know. Install a bar in the changing room. Grow your own pisshead. Homemade cheesecake inside half an Easter egg. The way to get rid of Easter eggs. Oh. Jay. It's filthy. That's filthy talk right there. That's... Oh. Tell me more. Tell me more of those things. Daniel Bell. He's back up at very best, isn't he? He's probably a loan or a sell, I think. He's... fine. He's not Premiership quality according to the coaches. So we'll have a look at him. You want to buy QPR, who have gone up, so that does suggest to me that maybe he's good enough for the Premier League. Possibly, but let's have a think. Sarah is going to come back. Okay, there's an interesting one. We'll come back to him in a minute. There's no more right backs there. Nicky Mallon, of course, is on loan from Man City, so he's going back, so we can't get him again. So only 2 right backs in at the minute. He's been at Aberdeen, just sell him. Just gone. So right, so we definitely need at least competition at right back. I think that seems a fair comment. Centre backs, we've got the Cure. We've got Doyle, Sarah, of course, we've just seen there, who we'll probably will sell. That's only 3. So there's the Cure, 25 mil. QPR goes straight back down. Maybe not the best judge of quality. Maybe not. Maybe not. JN Thoughts is in. Here we go. Hello, Mr. Thoughts. How are you, sir? Hope you're well. Hope life's treating you good. Pleasure to see you, and as always, congratulations on the channel, the Premier League. Yes, we're going to have a great time. Great time. The Cure, wanted by Leeds, Leicester, Manchester FC, Middlesbrough, QPR, Sunderland, West Ham, Wolves, Rangers. So he's wanted by teams in and around us, to be honest. Decent Premier League player. So, you know, I think we keep the Cure. He scored loads of penalties for us. So, you know what I mean? Okay, Ish isn't good, Jam. Ish isn't good. Reach out if you need to. If you need to talk, yeah. If I can help make things better, I can certainly try. The Cure, I think we keep absolutely. Doyle is probably not going to be good enough for the Premiership, I don't think. So where's Doyle? This is Doyle here. I love him, and he was great this season, but he was definitely bought as a one-season wonder. 33 years old, coming into the Premiership. He's a 2.5-star defender right now. Acceleration of 9. He's going to get caught out in the Premier League. So sadly, I think Doyle goes. As fun as it was having him there, he was literally just bought just to get us promoted, really. And he played well enough. But we have to look to move him on, I think. Crap mentally, but trying to rock and roll on some commitments, takes time, work, so hopefully be okay. Exhausted emotionally. But as lovely as you all are, we're here to talk Palace, not me. But you know what, Jem? We talk everybody. Palace is here, but we talk everybody. So if you're not feeling it in a minute, then it's, you know what, they appreciate. The best thing is you're able to tell us you don't feel too great. So we're all here for you. You know that, yeah. Hopefully we can help make you feel a bit better. Certainly try. Sarah is going. Doyle is going to go. Isaac Jackson, I would love to get back in if we can, but 30 odd million quid, we need that price to come down. That price has to come down. So Jackson, for me, I'm going to put him as a left back. I'm just going to put question mark less than 30 mil. Okay, if we can get him in for less than 30 million quid, re-sign him. Z, oh my word. Hands up whose opinion changed about Z during the season. Yeah, me. We got him in first of all on a free transfer. We didn't really have too much looking at him, just loan him out, send him off to Flamengo. He only played 20 games at Flamengo, and we thought, do you reckon he can come back? Because like Sam Jones was kind of like a bit iffy, and we were like, maybe we can get Z back. Might add like at least a little bit of competition for places, if nothing. And Z came back, and he was fucking brilliant. He was absolutely brilliant. I think he's going to be one of the players of the season, possibly. 7.19. I know it's the Championship, but 2 goals, 3 assists, 25 appearances. He deserves another chance next season. He might end up being backup, but he outperformed everything. Look at high creativity, high crosses from open play, high distance covered, high number of sprints, lots of crosses, really accurate. Didn't really do too much heading, which doesn't really need to, I suppose, to be honest. Passes completed way over the league average. Progressive passes. Key tackles, he won 72% of his key tackles. He just, look at that for his like, that's how good he was. Keep Z, decent backup at the very least. He's only 25 as well. Like, I thought he was older. We obviously got him in a good age. He was so much better when he came back. Yeah, maybe he just needed that little bit of sunshine and then come back to the Croydon sun. So I think he deserves an opportunity. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's played his way into contention, surely. Like, him on one side, Maxo on the other. Like, yes, we might have to look for another player there anyway, but he did some things. He did some things that definitely made me think that, yeah, he's worth a shout next season. Sam Jones, of course, is the other player who plays in that left back position. He did slip to back up. He played a lot the season before. Played 42 games. Last season, he only played 16. He's been at Palace for a long time. He is starting to just slip, isn't he? Like, you look at these things, like his crossing isn't as good, his dribbling's not as good, his marking's okay, his tackling's not brilliant, anticipation, not great. Like, compare him to Z. Z's better in the air. Z's better technically. He's better going forward. He's better physically. They're the same defensively. I think if we were still in the Championship, Sam Jones is an absolute lock-in. But Z's just got it all better. He's not as brave, but I think most of that is Z. Z is the better player. Leading Championship player. If we were at Forest, or if we were at a team who got relegated, I'd be going, yeah, let's get him in. Let's get Jones in. So Jones is at the very least a backup, but possibly sell. If we need to raise cash, then we let go. You know. So that's the defence. At the minute, which we already know, we definitely need a centre-back. That's the first thing we thought last season. Even we were still going, we haven't got that ball-playing centre-back that we needed. We thought we were lacking that. So let's go now to DM. So we've got the chat, we've got Gino, we've got Harry Roberts. And I'm going to class Warwick Davis in here as well. Actually, no, I'm going to class Warwick Davis as part of our central midfielders because he can play DM as well. So here's where we are. Halfbacks, DMs, segundos, carrieros, anchors, all these players that play in this step just above the centre backs. These are the players that we're looking at now. Okay, now obviously the chat, it sounds a little corny to say, he's a bit of a chat favourite, really. He came in, we've called him the chat because Chat's a knockout is too long a name for me to try and say. He played really well when he came in first season, came midway through the season, did really well. Then he suffered I want to say it's a leg break, wasn't it? Yeah, leg break, broke his lower leg, out for 5 months. We were like, our defensive cover is gone. What happens now? So we were a bit worried about him. He came back towards the end of the season. It was nice to have him back in. If we're being brutally honest, he's not a Premier League player. He's not. He tried to get caught up to speed towards the back end of the season. It shows that he's not up to speed. 6.95. Things are starting to slip. Like, his bravery's not really there, but his anticipation's there. So here's what I'm going to try and... Here's the justification for him being in the squad, but I'm going to argue against it straight away. The reason he would be in the squad is jumping reach is 15, anticipation is 15, determination is 15, and his tackling is 14. Teamwork is 14, work rate is 14, right? Theoretically, if we play him in this DM role, right, when the balls come over the top, he's perfect for intercepting those because he's got that jumping reach, he's got that anticipation, right? He's got good tackling. He's not particularly slow. He's got 13 for acceleration. He's fine. Strong. 15 for strength. 15 for stamina. Can put a shift in. But he's not going to be our starter. That's the problem. And he might have to make do a being backup. And at 6'4", he's a good backup to have. At 29, he's a little bit of a worry. Technically coming into his peak age, I guess. But you're right, Raggio. This is a concern. For a DM, gets forward whenever possible, is a little bit worrying. Although Regina and Benevento are interested, what is interesting about Benevento is we like Noah Andrews. Now, I don't know whether Noah Andrews becomes available with the option of us putting chat as a player exchange, maybe, possibly, I don't know. But I think Noah Andrews is one of those ones that we might want to kind of keep our eye on again still. 19 for bravery, 16 for jumping reach, 15 for anticipation, 17 for tackling. He's a centre half we want to kind of be looking to get into, you know. Is Chat a Premier League player? Probably not. Probably not. Like, he probably isn't, if I'm being honest. He's a backup at best. Do you know what I mean? He's a backup at best, but if an interesting offer comes in, we sell. You know. Oh, is Noah Andrews a Premier League player? I think maybe. He's only 24. He's 24. He's 6'4". According to our scouts or staff, he's probably got the potential that the Cure has. Even in WBA kid, I presume West Bromwich Albion kid. Hope you're well. Welcome in. How was the stream? Hope you had a good one. He might not be, maybe. I don't know, but he was a player that we looked at and we were like, right, let's try and get him in. And obviously it hasn't happened. He moved off to go and play in Italy. So haven't watched in a while. What's the story behind the Cure? Is that just his name? Just Robert Smith? His surname is Robert Smith, yeah. He's got a double barrel first name and a double barrel second name. So because his surname is Robert Smith, we've called him the Cure. Yeah. So this is Noah Andrews then. He's kind of similar to the Cure, essentially. There's not really that much in it, to be honest, is there? Bit of a much of muchness. Evening, Owen. How are you, buddy? Nice to see you. Actually, yeah, defending and physicality a little bit better, but actually not as good in the air or mentally. Interesting, but still a terrific signing by all accounts. So there's the thing. Right, so the chat is going to be a question mark. He's back up at best. Gino, what's the situation with Gino? Hope you're well, by the way. Or not seen you around for a while, but we're in the Premier League now. We're in the Premier League, so things have happened since you've been away. So here is Gino. We have to sell him if we get more than 11 million quid. That was the agreement. He stepped up and he played really well, look, to cover for the chat not being around. And the irony being, he was dreadful when he first turned up. Dreadful. Just he was so off the pace. But eventually he got up to speed. But I still think we sell. Might change his mind if we get promoted. Maybe, but he's not really good enough, that's the problem. We could sell him back to Germany. Nuremberg and Werder Bremen are interested in him. He's 30, he's 5'9". He doesn't have the physicality that the chat does. So where we'd be using the chat for breaking up balls over the top with that jumping, that anticipation, Gino doesn't have that. He's got the anticipation, but he's not got the jumping reach. He's not got the strength. He's not got the physicality. He's good decision making, good first touch, but kind of let down in other areas as well. And again, gets forward whenever possible. So yeah, I think we look to sell him. Doing well, got promoted to the Premier League by the playoffs. Nice, good work. I take it you are West Brom in your save, Gino. Yeah, we're good. We're good at this one. We're doing the British Steel Challenge, and we are also we've also been promoted to the Premier League. We won the championship with Crystal Palace. We're ended season 15, and we're just sort of like planning for next year now. To be honest, sort of going through it. Right, what's the squad setup? What's the players we've got? What do we like? What do we not like? What can we improve? Where can we push on? So yeah, this is basically our two streams worth of planning. It comes down to Harold Roberts. I think is going to be a backup player. I know there's a lot of people in this chat going to go, there's not really too much there with him. Agreed, but he is born where I'm from, so that's interesting enough, and I've never seen that before. He doesn't like big matches, so that's going to be a problem in the Premier League, obviously. He's fairly inconsistent. He is fickle, which, again, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't think it's a good thing. We might let him go out on loan, possibly, but he's not great, is he? He's not great. let's be honest. Let's be honest, he's not great. We were looking, he's 15 for aggression, fantastic, but anticipation 16, good, but there's not much else there. Good teamwork, well, yeah, maybe not. What we have done, though, what everyone will be excited about, we have agreed to sign Warwick Davis. So Warwick has signed, I believe, for £9 million, £9.5 million. Again, we talk about players of the season. 36 games, 4 goals, 10 assists. He was brilliant. Like, he really, really did a number for us on loan from Man City. And we got him over the line at the end of the season. We're like, is he available? Like, yeah, got him in. Bang. Right. So he's locked down for next season. So Matty Warwick stays. Roberts was worth a punt. Couldn't get in the team. Sell it. Yeah, I guess it's a fair reflection, to be honest. He was literally a free player. Get another player in just in case. So Matty Warwick's in. Tom Hayes obviously stays because he's the club captain. What a signing he was this season as well. 38 games, 12 goals, 8 assists. Wolves are interested, but he's the club captain. Captain Colossal. We just don't entertain any business from him at all. We're just like, no, he stays. Stick concrete on his feet. He's going nowhere. Build the statue of this man. He was incredible for us. He deserves a season in the Premier League, I think, just to show everyone just how good he is. Captain wore a headband, nonsense club. Well, he had the headband on, and he wore that headband with pride. Do you know what I mean? So he stays. The big move, of course, during the season was old Bigsy. Bigsy turned up, another £20 million. Now, not all these goals and assists, of course, were for Palace, because he played for Huddersfield at the start of the season. 14 games, 3 goals, 2 assists. That's not too bad. That's not too bad a return. Do you know what I mean? 7.11. Bigsy plays everywhere as well. Straight down that line. I reckon he could play centre half if we really made him. He'd be dreadful because he's only a tackle at a 5, but he could probably sit in there if needs be. But composure at 15, flair off the ball, teamwork, vision and passing, leadership. He's got what we need. He's got the TJ DNA, hasn't he? You know, that's what we're talking about. 27 years old, coming into the peak of his career. He stays. This is a great 3. Like, Warwick, Hayes, Biggs. That's a good 3 to pick from, I think. And then we've also got the other players who just sort of like float around this midfield options. Like, so we've got Matty Unsworth, who I think we all kind of maybe agreed isn't really good enough. He absolutely can play Segundo. Yeah, he played Segundo at Huddersfield for us, because we had Stacey there first, didn't we? And then we dropped Bigsy back when Stacey was kind of like losing a bit of his powers that second season. Bigsy dropped back down. Warwick, Biggs, Hayes, definitely a solicitor's near me. 100%. Matty Unsworth, I think Matty Unsworth leaves. Do you know what I mean? I just don't think he's good enough compared to the other 3 we've got. He didn't really... I mean, 10 games, 13 substitute appearances, 3 goals, 2 assists. Fine. He's signed to play behind a forward, and then we stopped playing that formation. Fair point. How many trained in nation have you got? I think we need 8. Or do we? Or is that part of the Premier League rules? Is it? He might have to stay to make the numbers up then, or we buy British-based players. So there's that option as well. I don't know is the answer, Lulu Booster. I'll have a look at that. Let me remember. National trained players. How many do we need? Is it 8 or do we need 15? Let's think about that. We might have to buy domestic players. Unsworth question mark then. Golubovic as well. We have a few that have been in the country on the team for a while. Golubovic, one of those wide players. Let's go with the wide players now. So, I think Golubovic stays. Segundo Volante, halfback combo help with the defence and attack. Yeah, I sort of think it's taking that inspiration from the Oxford Huddersfield formation that we had, Nige. That Segundo halfback combo is like so good on this game. It's absolutely beautiful. Drop them a little bit further back, then we might have that. We might have to move someone back in to play that sort of like link up between the defence and the midfield and the striker. So Golubovic is one of those guys who just turns up, does what he needs to do. 7 assists. He only got 1 goal, which I'm a bit surprised at, to be honest. If any of those team offered 25 million or more, Golubovic goes. If not, he stays. Fair. Although that, for me, 25 might be silly. He's a good rotation player. Like he can play everywhere, really. Like he's very versatile. If we're going to think about winning a cup, we're going to need players who can play without having to bring more players straight in. You know what I mean? Like we haven't maybe used him as much as we need to. I think we'd have the same conversation we're going to have with the next player had he not come into a bit of form towards the back end of the season. This guy, Damjanovic. I think there was a point we were all selling him last season. Agreed? I think we were all worried that he wasn't doing what he's meant to be doing. And going like, why is he not, like he's good enough, why is he not doing what he's meant to be doing? No trades, which means he does what you want him to. Exactly, Springtide. Golubovic knows exactly. Golubovic can play all over the place. He can play in the middle if he needs to. We can play as a box-to-box midfielder. Play him as a centre midfielder. We can play him as Mazzala. We can play him out wide. We can play him up top. He gives us a bit of versatility, I think. Damjanovic, I think now, is playing. He's playing what we wanted. Like he's getting it now. 9 goals, 12 assists. The staff reckon this is him at his max. I think he can push on. I think he can play even better. I think he's starting to find his feet. He's starting to get into the system. He deserves his shot. He deserves his shot in the Premier League. You know what I mean? Like, yes, Bayern want him. Yes, Juve want him. Yes, Eintracht Frankfurt and Brentford want him. But still, he's our player. He's our player. So he stays. He stays. Who else have we got in those wide areas? Martian's already gone, so he's away there. He's been sold to Club America, sorry. And then over on the right, we have some fun on the right, don't we? Aquino. Look at this lad, by the way. If you only just tuned in, this guy right here was signed for £1 million. £1 million, currently valued at 50 million. 27 games, 9 goals, 14 assists, 7.24 rating. He 100% has to stay. 15 for crossing, 18 for acceleration, 13 for dribbling, 15 for heading, despite only having 4 for a jumping reach. Flair, determination, technique, bravery, all really high. Club Americana, I've heard the drinks are free. Yes, they are. They absolutely are. Aquino stays. Podcast plus the best debut we've ever seen as well. 100%. Yes. He came on and his first touch of the ball was to send a corner in to get an assist for a goal. Then he scored. Then he got another assist in 20 minutes. And it was just like, oh, hi everyone, I've turned up. It's like, yes, you have. Yes, you have. Can we extend that contract? Has he got a buyout clause? Unless he's got a buyout clause, I don't necessarily think. 26 mil, yeah. Maybe we do try and see if we can take that clause out, shall we? Star player? 40 million, 60 million. He wants 53 grand. He's jumping up from 15 grand. I think he's earned it. Let's see if he'll take 45 though. 5-year deal, 66 million pound. 40 million pound release. We can't remove his sell-on fee, so that's got to be 8 players. We've currently got 15 registered, so that's fine. Right, 45 G's to get Aquino locked back in. Murphet also stays. I like Murphet. I think he's been good. He wants to go for, if there's a deal worth more than 20 million quid. I think you stay, Murphet. Come on. You did great for us. Turned up, got yourself some goals. You know? He stays. Jonathan Jameson stays, absolutely. Aguero scored 2 goals and an assist on his 30-minute debut against Swansea. Well, there you go. If he's up there with the Agueros of the world, then we've got ourselves an absolute bargain. And then we go up front. DDL stays. 22 goals in 26 matches. Dak Ragatan, welcome in. Nice to have you. Hope you're well. Yeah, 22 goals in 26 games. He stays, I think. Fine. Busiest Baron's in. Eden Buddy, hope you're well. Welcome. Valia. Holly Monkeys, welcome in. Nice to see you. Appreciate the follow. Valia stays, but only if we can take his ribs out. I think he just keeps having rib injuries, which is not good, to be honest. Alan Pertubee, welcome in. Appreciate the follow as well. Italian with the dodgy ribs has to stay. He's got to stay. Certainly got to. DDL might have 22 goals in 26 games, but is he Paul Ward? I mean, there's maybe he is. Maybe we get Paul Ward in. Possibly. We don't know that. We don't know just yet. So Valia stays, and then up front, he's got dodgy ribs with the amount of overhead kicks he's tried in training. I know. That's why we bought him. Like, he tries overhead kicks, brilliant. And then Rory Wilson, who I think we have to sell. So that's kinda the squad. Has DDL played in the Premiership before? No, I think he's only been Championship. Oh wait, no, he did. He played in the Premier League. 7 goals, 2 goals, 1 goal. So he's not been prolific. But then again, he was at Leicester, and they weren't necessarily doing particularly well. Cantonari was a youngster who's came through. I don't think he's going to be used really. I think we put him in. We needed some cover or something for a cup game maybe. So yeah, again, I think we can maybe let him go, to be honest. How the Italian left back you loaned in from Inter. Oh, I forgot about him. Who was it? Can you remember? Let's have a look on the transfers. We'll be able to find that out, won't we? That wasn't when we were at Palace, was it? Where was that? Was that when we were at Huddersfield? It was, wasn't it? Yeah. Huddersfield transfers. Lafredo. There he is. Currently at River Vallecano. I thought it was River Plate for a second there with the sash through. Not brilliant. Not for the Premier League, I don't think, at this point. DDL scored at every level he's been at. Don't remember getting a value bump for being in the Prem. Probably when it pulls through, I'd imagine, because obviously we haven't quite touched that just yet, have we? We're, as I say, the league hasn't even technically finished yet. So we are still very much left in that, like, anyone got any ideas what's going to happen? So from that then, we need a centre-back straight away. Okay, preferably a ball-playing centre-back. Big, powerful, strong, Premier League quality centre-back. We also need another centre-back. You're right, Franco. Probably another centre-back as well, yeah. We could do with a goalkeeper. Try and get rid of everyone now, you reckon? Yeah? Right, let's move this over then. So, right back, that's about right. Centre backs. Let's get rid of these guys because they're obviously on loan. So, Z's the top left back. Keepers mean points were worth investing. 100%. They're definitely worth the investment. So we'll look at that as well. How much is Malin? He's 22 mil. He only played 10 games for us, and he was fine, but not really much better than what we got, I don't think. Sign a holding midfielder that doesn't have gets forward all the time. Reasonable request. Very reasonable request. Martian, of course, can come out. Gino can come out. Unsworth, Roberts. Okay, let's just move them around a bit. Here's Unsworth comes out. That becomes Bigsy. Roberts comes out. Gino comes out. Martian comes out. Out there. That's about right. That's right. And this is just basically everybody else. Right, there we go. Yeah. Another fact here, just man, a bit backseat. Some streamers get really arsy with suggestions. Yeah, I think, like, look, I mean, to be honest, like, there's some of it. Some of it I do get a bit like, oh, come on, just leave it, like, you know. But most of the time, I'm like, look, the way the save's going, and the way that this save is set up, I think it kind of needs a bit of like input from everybody, because we are trying to get players that we sort of all want to. Like, we want the characters. Do you know what I mean? Like, we want people to get invested in these characters and these players. So I think we all kind of do need to have a little bit of input in that, you know. So you might as well join in a little bit, you know. And I'm all right with that. kind of limited what you can suggest in 2037. Well, not if you're a subscriber, not necessarily Laclosian, because if you subscribe, then you get access to the save file, and you can go and you can have a little look around at, what's the, who's in the database and stuff, and who's there. So yeah, there is ways around it. But yeah, sometimes I guess those suggestions might not necessarily fly. Transfer suggested okay, it's mostly they're trying to change tactics, and it's annoying. Yeah, and again we've got a bit of like, we've got a little bit of leeway with tactics. It's more sort of like, I don't really like change this. But again, if I offer up, look, what do you think we should do? How do you think we should play? Then I feel if I'm opening that conversation, then it's then it's fair game back and forth. Like, I don't. There's people, of course, who will suggest bits and pieces during the games, and it's like, okay, fair enough, because you've been here for a while, But yeah, if someone's brand new comes in and be like, drop deeper, change this, I'd be like, I think we know what we're doing. Like, I think not always though. It's definitely a we team. Yeah. What the scouts up to is a matter of interest. So Premier League, Germany, France, Championship, England, Europe, UK and Ireland, Spain, Holland, and League One, which I think we can probably sack off the League One, to be honest. We don't need that as one of our things anymore. We can make that stop. Scouts are on the piss with Maxo. I hope so. Actually, we've got 36 million as well to spend. Let's very quickly check what is happening with regards to players who are out of contract. There's a 35-year-old Guardiol, Malo Gusto, 33. Milovanovic, remember how big he looked? On the game. He's 33. 34-year-old from Ajax, 34 from Rangers. Cavakenda, 34. Souza, 35. It feels like a good year to be retiring this year, clearly. Lewis O'Donnell, 31. Spring chicken. Dermain, 33. Octavian Popescu. Josh Doige, 34. Okay. Right, here's what we got then. So this is what we're hoping for next season. Avoid relegation. That's all we're at. Just avoid. Yeah. Sign players under the age of 20. Don't sign players over 30. Play attacking football. Play possession football. Play entertaining football. Play high pressing football. All the while avoiding relegation from the Premier League. Fine. Sure we can do that. Sure we can. Play lots of football and don't lose. They've seen TJ Ball. They know that is lots of football. Yeah? It's all the football. Let's see if we can convince them that we're not going to go down. See where we go. Looking ahead to next season, I'm confident we can avoid relegation. That's what I'm going to go with. Do you think that's the best way to do it? We're in a good position to avoid a relegation battle. hate the guesswork in team meetings. I'm going to go with this. Guessing. Right, now resign. As we got that right. Right, everyone fuck off on your holidays. The team meeting went well. Okay, so we're looking here, particularly crossing, we might need a bit of a improvement on marking, tackling. Okay, that's fair. Where are we going to go? There's a pre-season training camp to London. Okay, lads, just to let you know, we've got the training camp booked. Oh, brilliant, where are we going to go? Well, we're going to go to the next tube stop. So that'll be good, won't it? That'll be really fun. We can go to the Algarve, we can go to Andalusia, London, Scotland, Ireland, Austria, Switzerland, Holland, or France. Where do you fancy? I think Maxo in the Algarve could be hilarious. Try to take Maxo to Scotland, right? We're in the Highlands. Try and get pissed. He's pissed. He's pissed already, isn't he? I'd never rage quit after a loss, but I'd rage quit after a team meeting. Do not take them to Holland. Right, we're off to Portugal. We're off to Portugal, I think. There we go. Again, I'm not sure how much that sort of like affects things, but I presume it must sort of like go against the quality of teams you're going to be playing against, presumably. Chris Williams looking like a half-decent 20-year-old, isn't he? Masco in the Highlands, he'll end up in a distillery. 100% he will. 100% he will. I mean, this lad at 20, 6'6", he's a TJ player, isn't he? Jumping reach of 15, leadership of 16 at 20, work rate of 16, heading of 17, first touch of 16. I think we've got ourselves a player to look at, haven't we? Fairly susceptible to injuries. The hip injury, was out for 3 months. He does get knocked about, but let's keep our eyes on him. I think if we can get him for reasonable money, 3 million quid, that's nothing, isn't it? £15 million. We're not paying 15 million quid for him, are we? No chance. So we'll just pull through to the end of the season, then we'll start like looking at these actual players. How's the Premier League? Premier League's still not finished yet, so we're still waiting for the season to finish. Man United have moved ever so close to being to getting out of the relegation zone. Peterborough and Blackburn already down. Sunderland, Brentford, Man United are all going to battle on the final day of the season. There's no new jobs just yet. Could still get interesting. After all this planning about going, right, you know, who we're gonna talk to, what we're doing in terms of players. We'll still keep our eyes open on the job market, because something exciting might come up. You never know. But what would be interesting and what would be fun is if we can put a sort of like if we can put something into like winning a cup next season, that'd be great. Harry Kane is the Brentford manager, by the way. Aquino gets a new contract. £66 million buyout for the clubs in the Champions League. That's where he's going. He's going to the top, that boy. £66 million. Oof. Right, Liverpool have won the Premier League. It's not real. It's all in a game. Derby, Forest, Norwich, Plymouth. Forest without a manager, and they're in the playoffs. What happened? Richard Brown just left to take over at Stoke. Where did Stoke finish? 11th. That's properly like a Alex Neil moment, isn't it? You know, there he is, potentially in the position of he could even go up to the Premier League with Forest, and he's just like, nah, go to Stoke, mate. That's what I fancy. It's worth maybe looking back over some of the old teams as well, seeing where I think Huddersfield just missed out on the playoffs, so they were there or thereabouts for a while, then started to like literally just fade off towards the back end of the season after we bought bigs off them. Really, was a bit of an issue. They ended up finishing 8th, so they were only 4 points off the playoffs in their first season in the. Is it their first season? Second season in the championship, so not too shabby. Oxford finished 10th in League One, so TJ version of the Premier League. I try to instill that into the players from day one now, just going like, look, I know you've all dreamed of playing the Premiership, but it's dirty. It's dirty money, right? Okay. None of us want to go there. It's awful. Really, you know. We don't want to go there. Birmingham down to League 2. Even that's going to make the Pizza Cup difficult, isn't it? Where do we stand? Where do we stand ethically on considering Dundee United have signed Rogie? Look at that. Where do we feel we stand ethically on playing the under-23s in the Pizza Cup? Now, granted, our under-23s might not be good enough to beat teams in League One, but do we consider it? And also, this guy's $2.5 million. He's off to Parma. Go on, mate. Away you go. We made a profit of £36.98 million. We can't lose £15 million. Good. And then a decent under 23s. I mean, my son, obviously, really, he's in there. He's great. He's the best player that's ever come around. Aquino, Golubovic, Maxor, Daniel Day-Lewis, and Wilson. They're the shirts that are flying off the shelf. Yes. Get all your wages from a man in a caftan bin behind the kitchen yard. Let's have a quick look here. Jack Goodwin could become a star player. Better than Biggsy, apparently. He's half decent. Strawberry Cream. He's in there. Jonathan Key. Nigel Carlisle probably has to go. Ferret. Maybe not great. Jameson could captain the under-23s to Pizza Glory. Maybe he could. Jesse Allen. Ike Brown. Ben Horvath is going to be too old. How many overs can we have? We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Could Jameson become the youngest ever Premier League player? think he's probably going to be a little bit too young, maybe. Like I don't think so. Is there not a rule where you have to be 16? Because if he is, his birthday's in August, so I guess we wait and see what happens. Hopefully he can make an appearance, but whether he's going to be the youngest player or not, I don't know. I'm not convinced. It'll be amazing if he is. And again, he'd absolutely deserve it because he's clearly worked really, really hard to get there. Ben Hames might be available. That could be a very interesting. Put him on when you're 6-0 down. We'll be 6-0 up. We're only ever going to be 6-0 up. We've got to play all the football, remember? Jamie Taylor. Maybe we'll see what QPR and let him go. Octay. Alex Tremble. Paris. Still not that good, is he, really? Julien Pertis-Sands. He's wanted by Wolves. He was good the season before. We'll wait until the end of the season. We can start seeing exactly how everyone's gone. 1-0 for Forest, by the way, against Derby. Manchester United relegated to the Championship. Oh. What about that? What about that? I mean, all of a sudden, that just makes things a lot more interesting, doesn't it? Ruud van Nistelrooy is still the manager. Who's going? Surely there's got to be a couple of players sold, right? I mean, Nigel Grimes is a player that I love. 27 years old. Has he got a relegation release clause? No, he hasn't. 25% wage drop. Didn't we sell him a defender? We did. We sold him Parsons. This guy here, Lewis Parsons. Wanted by West Ham. 53 million quid now. We never actually got to see him play. He had one season. He looked very, very good and he's away before he even turned up. He was out of contract. Owen McDonnell. He looks decent as well. No nonsense centre back. Defensive mid. Winds up opponents, takes his. Oh, you're an option. Who's out of contract? Let's see. So it's 19th of May, so this is now. So Yardel Kanga has gone. Nobody by the looks of it. Anthony Torres. Noah Alvarez. These are all next season players. Selman. Orletti. Recolades 32. Castillo 30, 6'4", Fickle. I mean, what do we think? Aggression 20. We said we wanted bastards, didn't we? He only played 2 games last season. Inconsistent, fairly susceptible to injuries. Great. Labat, the goalkeeper. Parsons, of course. Louis Olsen up front, 29. going to be interesting, isn't it? Seeing who they get rid of. Davido Santalo, fullback, 16 for acceleration, 14 for crossing. How does he stack up against Z? He's not as good as Z. Brilliant. But he's better in the air. He can head better, tackle better. Doesn't like big matches. Understandable, given the fact they've been relegated. Juan Maserati. Brad Clark. Perfectionist. 22 years old, 6'2". Where is he? Striker, do we reckon? Finishing 13. Composure 13. Go back, super break here. Runs the ball down the right. Doesn't feel comfortable in big matches. He's 22 though. He might change his mind. Oh, he's intrigued. Oh, okay. That could be a move. I think McDonald's the other option, isn't it? Let's have a look in the 21, see if there's anyone else that's decent in there. No one that we know of, or that the scouts have picked out, which is always a worry. Belcara. Very interesting that there could be some players going out of Manchester United. That might be, maybe we go and buy a couple of players from there first of all. Maybe we go in for that McDonald lad. Maybe go in for Grimes. Company sacked by Man City. Manchester United job insecure. Oh. I'm just gonna eat my chocolate. Hey, right. Do we need more coaching staff? That is a good question. We won't actually know at the minute though until it pulls through. But I get what you mean. Basically going, should we go and try and get some of those coaching staffs? Eduardo from Man City. You're listening to the interview and tell them how much you don't want to work for them. Yeah, you think I should? Yeah, I should, Lama. Go with my morally good adventure T-shirt on. Going like, I don't like what you stand for. He doesn't have any interest in moving. Well, we'll have to see about that. £19 million apparently was the discussion there. So we'll see. Don't forget United rejected us. True. Bet they're not laughing now. Do you know what I mean? I bet they're sitting there going, "Ah, shit." Haaland's retiring as well. Go interview and tell me you think you can avoid relegation. I suppose that's part of what we need to consider now, isn't it? Because, like, ultimately, United are in the Championship now, so we don't need to go there now. Whereas, if they weren't, we might have considered it. Do we have to go and interview for Man City? Go to the interview and tell me I have concerns about working with them on ethical grounds, and when they ask about Linfield, just walk out. 2 goals in 33 games for this guy. Look, he looks. Oh, he's a centre half. I was like, no wonder he's not scoring goals. Walk in the City interview and do that speech from the damn United about throwing trophies in the bin. That would be brilliant. This guy looks good though, doesn't he? Look at this lad, 23 years old, just all kinds of class. I mean, they're not going to give us it. We'll put our name in the hat, right? Even David Clark, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. So the interesting one is Man U. Obviously, they're now in the Championship. I guess Chelsea's the other interesting one. Really, if the Chelsea job comes up, do we consider that? Ooh, kind of have to for the challenge. Sort of, yeah. Go to City, smash the interview, delay until they get sick of it, and then reject them. So go through a tunnel, bye. I suppose we could also look at who Man City hire, and then we go from there. Because, for example, if we go to Job Centre, right? Favourite for the job is Vieira. Vieira is unemployed, so that's not really going to work. We're not on the road to Wales. Well, Manchester's up on the way back to Wales, isn't it, really? Think about it, Zar. Leave London, head back up north. Cheeky stop off at Manchester. Then over the border to Wales. If anything, it makes it more appealing. Even interview might give a mid-table Premier League side the idea you can manage them. Quite possibly. Rangers have declared their interest in Grimes. I think we act now. I think we go for Grimes. Evening, Captain Fiddles. Welcome in. Hope you're good. Let's get him in. Sign him just to save him. Yeah, he doesn't need to go to Rangers. Transfer listed anyway. He is listed now. Who else is listed? Is O'Donnell listed? He's incredibly interested because of mutual interest is a full state of play. £14 million. Yeah, right. If we can do a knockdown here, we should be great. We should be having a load of fun. See if that agent will be like, "Go on, get yourself off to Crystal Palace. Go on." But what do you mean? There's more considerable options. Crystal Palace, Brighton, AC Milan, and Sunderland. Like, I mean, granted, Sunderland, but Right, have all the money. 75 grand. Take it. On you go. 15 million quid. Oh, have we potentially done a blinder here? $78 million. In you go. See if we can get this over the line. If we can get these two players in, then we're laughing, right? Two players from a relegated giant, of course. That's how you play the transfer system. The transfer system, isn't it? Get them in. Then what'll happen is we'll get offered a job somewhere else, and we'll be like, "Oh shit, we could have done with those two players." That's how it's always got to be. Oh, Plymouth have turned that around, haven't they? Evans, 4 goals. We thought about Evans, didn't we? And thought, there's a player. 34 goals in 40 matches. Jesus. Norwich took an absolute beating. There's Alawi. 26 goals. Didn't think he'd be signing him at City. No, maybe not. Chelsea is what I'm thinking of. Arsenal have beaten Newcastle in the FA Cup. End of season review. Here we go. This is what we got now. Everyone's going to be happy. Everyone's going to be very, very happy. Signing of the season, Aquino. I think Barton was right with that one. £1.2 million. I don't think I've seen £1.2 million spent better on FM for a while. That was inspired, I think. Daniel Day-Lewis, 23 million quid. A-star. Only a C for Tom Hayes? What are the board thinking? 20 million quid for Captain Colossus? I mean, come on. Matty Warwick gets an A. Isaac Jackson gets an A+. Biggsy gets a B-. Maxo gets a B-. I'm not English, so English is my best. No worries at all. Where are you in from, Fiddles? Daniel Bell, E. Yeah, maybe 8 million quid wasn't fantastic. £3 million for Kitowski was decent. Callum Doyle, they're not happy with. Thought he did fine. Hal Roberts, B+. Lurston, Valier. I think what they're trying to say is that everything was fine to us. In from Mongolia. Welcome in. Welcome in. It's a pleasure to have you in. There you go. Goal of the season. Damjanovic in a 5-0 win. %100% better than my Mongolian. Yeah. Same, Nige. The Cure. Fans player of the season. Aquino, young player of the season. Signing of the season, Aquino, of course. Damjanovic for the goal of the season. Top goal scorer, Daniel Day-Lewis. Damjanovic, top assists. Most player of the season awards. Player of the match awards, sorry. Daniel Day-Lewis. 7.3 for Aquino, highest average rating. Gino, most passes completed per 90 minutes. 81. Jonathan Jameson, of course, the youngest player to ever play for Crystal Palace. Let's just sign this there, save this as it is then, so I can give everyone the save again. Save as 3:15. Fiddles in with the follow. Appreciate you, Fiddles. The Cure is now part of the Crystal Palace overall best 11. Of course he is. Of course he is. So fingers crossed on these two United players. Still nothing else there. Evening, Raoul. How are you, buddy? Nice to see you in. We can all take the save and apply for Blythe now. Exactly. Go nuts. Paraco's in. Wanted by Celta Vigo. Do we need more? We need a defensive player. Currently a sinking ship. Sorry to hear that, mate. What's so bad? What's happening? Umberto Argentino is the is a recommendation for a goalkeeper. I love his name. I think it's fantastic. 3rd in the league for expected save percentage, 6th for expected goals prevented, 9th for saves, 10th for expected saves per 90, 12th in the league for clean sheets. I guess when you put out of that, well, yeah, you've not had a great week. We're going to get second people lost today. Yeah, mate, that sounds a bit shitty. But I mean, like, look, it probably doesn't help, but we can say, like, this sort of stuff happens. It's shit. It gets better. It does get better. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to get over it. It'll feel awful now, but as I say, you do have to accept that things do get better. Things do get better. So I hope you get better soon, man. That's what we think. And I think everyone who knows you as well would think the same. So fingers crossed for you, pal. Yeah. Espenberg. How much is Espenberg going for? Is he Premiership quality? He maybe isn't, is he? I like him, but I don't know if he really is. There is the 6'7" French Congolese Louis Ndilou as an option for right back cover. I mean, Maxo on the piss with Ndilou could be quite good fun. I think things with us are good. We can't complain. Like, you know, we're just doing our usual thing. We've just won the championship on the game, like, so that's fun. But in terms of real life is real life is fine. Real life is nice at the minute, so I can't really I can't complain right now. So it would be a shame. It would be unfair of me to do so. But yeah, it's good. It's good. We're just chilling right now. You know, started a journey, man. Can't find a job. 3rd restart and I gave up. You'll find that job. You'll get it quick. Yeah, you'll get your job. You'll get straight in there. You'll have a great time. You know it. You know it. Joel De Alessandro. Interesting. Gandolfi is at West Ham, of course. We looked at him when he was at Man U as well. Striking options. We can get that Belgian forward. I know we don't need him, but we do need him though. At the same time, I don't know if he's interested in us though. Correa, is that the guy you're thinking of? Challenge is going good actually. We're just into, as I say, we're just into the Premiership. So let me just try and find this lad first of all. This guy here. He's still good, isn't he? He is still good. What other teams you got set up? No good trying for 2 couple of divisions. Yeah, no good trying for 2 couple of divisions. We haven't got a track record. Well, he's dubious. £20 million could be enough. 25. That's a right rotation player, isn't it? He could be an option. How's that Northern Irish guy in Mexico play without a club? What? So we're not going to find a new club just yet, I don't think. I mean, Hamilton, however, there's an option. Paul Ward. Paul Ward is the Northern Irish guy in Mexico. There he is. On loan from Huddersfield. 10 goals in 30 games. He started scoring. Again, he's got 1 in 3. 3 goals in 8. He's a goal scorer. He is a goal scorer. Yeah, he's on loan from Huddersfield, so I have no idea how or why that happened, but he's fine. He's basically he's a guy that we've had before, and obviously we bought him. We had him at Oxford. No, we were going to try and get him at Oxford. We bought him at Huddersfield, and he was great for us. 17 goals in 34 games, but as Franco says, it took him 500 shots to get 10 on target. He was so frustrating as a striker. He looks brilliant. He looks like everything you could possibly want. But getting him to put the ball in the back of the net consistently is just such a stress on. Like, he's got all the tools, all the talent, everything you could possibly want, but he's so frustrating. And we kept going, we're not buying him, but we keep looking at the attributes going, but he looks all right, doesn't he? Really, when you think about it. We just kept back and forth and going, can't buy Paul Ward. And I think we must have had 2 streams where we were like, Tony, don't buy Paul Ward. Like, yeah, but we could though, right? We could. And in the end, we end up with Daniel Day-Lewis, which has worked out so much better for us. So much better for us. Like Amiobi, yeah, like Amiobi, but if Amiobi actually looked decent, like that's, like, I get what you mean, like, like all the physicality, all the presence. You think, okay, fair enough, he should be able to do something, but just doesn't happen. Murad Laribi. Look at those mentals and physicals. It's a shame this guy can't play football, but look at those mentals. Is he our DM? Tackling. That's all he needs to do. Tackle. There's no option to send him for laser eye surgery. We needed to. We desperately needed to. Play short, simple passes good because his passing is 8. Dictates tempo. Looks for the pass. Dives into tackles. Runs with the ball. We don't need him to run, but work rate 17, teamwork 17, positioning 16. No, Libreri is not your DM of the future. But how not? like I understand how not, but at the same time, how not? Like, he's French Chevron James, isn't he? Really. Determination of 20. Anticipation of 15, aggression of 17. 3rd in La Liga for Spanish for possessions won. 1st in La Liga for possessions won per 90 minutes. 9th in La Liga for key headers. 14th in the league for clearances. Gives the ball away a lot, granted. Fouls a lot. £47 million. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. The ball might bounce off him. That is a fair point. That is a fair comment. What about Daniel Klein? Is that better? That's La Liga. He gives the ball in the Premier League and straight back down. It's fair. Klein's a bit lightweight, isn't he? So no, not lightweight, sorry. Physically, Klein's brilliant. Technically and mentally, again, he's a bit. Problems with injuries. Yeah. Yeah, he gets a few injuries. He gets a few, doesn't he? Most of the injuries, by the looks of it. He gets every injury that you can. Timothy Vincent. Rename Klein to sick note. Yeah. I started getting National League North and South jobs with that setup. Really? How have you? You need to get the no badges experience. That's what we did. So we did the no badges, no experience, and we had all of the top divisions. Well, all of the nations load up. So we had like, this is what we've got. Actually, I'll show you what we've got. England, France, Germany, Republic of Ireland, Italy, Northern Ireland, Scotland, Spain, and Wales. And we got our first job in Northern Ireland relatively quickly, and we got offered 2 jobs in Wales. So you should be able to get them. They might not be the most attractive jobs you can possibly get, but you will get a job. You will. It's physically, the game's designed for you to get a job. It's not designed to keep you out of work. You know, that would be a really cruel football manager game to be like, hey, you know what you should do? Not manage. I mean, maybe that's something that they might think about me for occasionally, but the idea is definitely that they want you to be managing in the game. So you will get the interviews, you will get something. But yeah, it might not be the greatest job that you want, but you'll definitely get it. Evening, Nico. How are you, pal? Welcome in. Nice to see you. Hope you're good. You've joined at a very interesting time, as always. Manchester United have been relegated into the Championship. We've been promoted into the Premiership, so we've taken their spot. And we're currently trying to do our infamous now transfer streams. We take our time on them because we want to make sure that we get the right players in. So yeah, so we're having a little bit of a look around in a minute, a little bit of a nosy about seeing what's there and what's not. So we've bid on 2 players from Man U so far. So we've bid on a versatile defensive midfielder, right back. Man United did get relegated, Scott Chapman. Yeah, they went down on the final day of the season. Sunderland stayed up. So there you go. Sunderland stayed up and Man United went down. So that's how it works in this universe. The Man City job's available, so we've applied for that. But again, we are sort of only doing that just to shove it in their face and say we don't want it, because of course we wouldn't want to manage at such a morally despicable club. How's the Sun developing? The Sun is doing okay. We haven't quite pulled through into next year yet. So this is him in his original state. But £1 million for a 15-year-old, he might do okay. Nico says, I'm off good. I've pinched a nerve in my back. Some pain, it's all right. On exercise every 3rd hour. I need your help with the game. I mean, if you need my help, then yes, you are in pain. You're definitely struggling. But yeah, shoot across and see what happens. If I saw that happen to my saves, I'd be scumming until he stays. So United stay up. But then again, you got the thing of just try and keep them up. Jay, go back and keep them up. Yeah. 100 grand a week for Eli Correa. Wage rise after international appearances. I mean, that's a lot, right? Let's take that off. 92 grand. £92,000 for Eli career, apparently. It's Premier League wages, isn't it? We don't need to be pushing £100,000 a week. He's 25, so there is sort of a rationale, I guess, for doing it. Do you know what I mean? Like, we might have to spend a little bit more than we like, Franco. I'm not overly comfortable with it, but under it, yes. Over it, no. Yeah. So we've gone under it. We've gone under £100,000. I think there is a slight little tweak on there that if he scores, plays international games, and it goes up. No offers for Unsworth. Do we transfer list Unsworth? Yeah. Transfer list him, he can go out. Good players looking for 250 grand a week. I mean, I'm slowly moving into the top sphere, aren't I? Like, I'm getting there slowly. Plus he's not massively convinced on joining us, so we may have to pay a little bit more to convince him that maybe this is a good idea. So this is year one, right? Oh, God knows what I'm going to be like when we get to the top levels, and I'll be like, oh God, they actually want this sort of money. Like I will be panicking. I'll be in cold sweats and everything. I'm going to be at the top table, being like, right, we're only paying £42,000 a week for these wages. Thank you very much. Nothing, not a penny more. You have your youth rating and training in general and a number of value of 1 to 20. How did you get that? I never text telling me my training is good. Yeah, so it's part of the. So it'll be part of the skin, I'd imagine, Nico. Paul Muller, one of my 15 clubs, none of which are particularly good. You got scouts with South America, a place like Peru or a gold mine, want low wages. That's not a bad shout. That's not a bad shout. Second in Spain for tackles, first in Spain for progressive passes, 6th for pressures completed, 7th for passes completed, 7th for tackles won, 17th for pressures attempted. Again, gives the ball away a lot. Gives it away a lot. 19 mil. DDL's first Premier League contract, we're looking at £300,000. He's not for the money, DDL, though, is he? That's the thing. So we might be able to save a bit of cash. Plus, remember, we had to pay Maxo £80,000 to get him in there, because he wasn't like massively convinced for him to join us in the Championship. We had to really throw a lot of money at him. I managed to sell one of my legendary players to City at Real Madrid at age 32. He's on £400,000 a week. Eye-watering. £400,000. That's like a transfer kitty. What do you do with all that kind of money? How'd you have that every week? Maserati had a little nose. Yeah, he's a right winger, isn't he? So Lorenzo Alagona. Again from Man U. Likes to lob the keeper. Tries first time shots. 11 goals in 13 games. First touch, composure, decision making. 6'5". Fickle. Likes getting injured. Doesn't like big matches. Right. No use. 80 grand in the Premier League as a player who's just been promoted from the academy. Sadly, that could be true. Erwin Aubert. Isidri Pock, 19 years old. Juan Carlo Ponce. Miftari. Only 3-star centre back. Ish. David Scari. Severini. Oops. No. I mean, all these guys just get a very, very quick eyeball check. If they look like they're remotely interested, then we're like, right, yeah, we'll get in. I spend most of that renewing contract of one of the legendary players to 375 grand. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, isn't it? Most of these players, I reckon, are players that are either on our shortlist or we've looked at over the course of the last season anyway and just been like, not convinced. It's Argentino as an option, though, isn't it? I know we're kind of putting all of our money out really quickly and not actually having money to bring back in just yet, but he could be an option. "32-year-old Evan Ferguson." Argentino looks alright. He's got a good name, hasn't he? Hanze Novak. Crossing and dribbling's good. Composure's good. Flair's good. Long shots is very good. Acceleration, not so much. Aggression, very high. Kind of strikes me as a player who might not really do particularly well. Yeah, the name's brilliant, isn't it? 5'6", Slovenian. I think we have him there as a bit of a backup. There's Luke Young, the Brentford striker that we looked at before, from Tottenham. He got 13 goals in 33 games. I don't know about the way I play in the structure, but it sounds like an awful lot of money. Yeah, no, I'm the same, Franco. Like it sends shivers down my spine thinking of paying all these sorts of wages and that. So if we have to spend it on one or two players, fine. I'd rather not, obviously, but if it gets us, this is the Whittingham kid that we like the look of, wasn't it? If it gets us a cup, then we can then go back to Scotland later on and be like, right, go back and refresh our soul a little bit. Paul Kamara, 30-year-old powerful centre-back. Leeds, Rennes and Atletico Madrid. Now, right, here's an interesting one, right, because Peterborough obviously relegated, but he's got all the metrics you want from like a proper player. He cleared the ball the most, and he cleared the ball the most per 90 minutes. He's the second most headers in the league, the third most key tackles, fourth most key headers, 11th for shots blocked, 13 times he won the possession the most, 13 most times. Like, he's obviously had to work so hard in a team that's got relegated. At 30 years old, I'm going to put him as a backup, actually. He was a busy lad. And I think he's a backup player. He might actually be a player, possibly. That could be an option. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, get in the Discord if you've not already done so. It's really handy for helping learn bits and pieces of the game and ask questions. Raj, you're doing the Lord's work there. Evening Pilgrim, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. Hope I was treating you good. We are just doing a little bit of pre-season admin. Teeny tiny bit. We haven't even, I think we've moved on about like 2 weeks in the game, which is pretty fast for us, to be honest, on pre-season. There's a player that I'm sure I remember seeing a player. I was like, we need to have a look at him. I forgot who he is. Zims, how are you, my man? Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's happening, my guy? Hope you're good. Everyone, go make sure you drop your follows on Zims Moolah if you're not already doing so. Make it happen. Zims has crushed it with Crystal Palace. We are living in his shadow, to be honest. Zims, you're not going to believe it. Man United have been relegated in this. Relegated to the Championship. All good, thank you, buddy. Very, very good indeed. Hope you're well too, man. Hope you're well too. Just chilling out, doing the old, doing the transfer stream, which for us is kind of like we like to just take our time, chill things out a bit, go through things with a fine-tooth comb, and try and be like, right, what are we doing next season? What's the squad going to look like? Where are we going to kind of like look to improve upon? And we slowly nudge our way through, you know. Grimes is in. Get in. Evening, Duddy Bubs. Welcome in. Welcome in. And Owen McConnell as well. Got them both. Get in. That's pretty impressive. Okay. Be pen. Right, so Grimes is in. Where are we playing Grimes? Are we playing Grimes at DM? I think Grimes replaces the chat, possibly. Where are they saying he played? Where was his... Go to history, isn't it? Or reports. Form. We can't find out where he played. DM or right back. I think we play him at DM. Personally. Yeah, I think we can pop him in a DM instead of chat. Yeah, he can't cross. Fair point. No worries at all, Pilgrim. No worries at all, man. And then McDonald, he can't cross either. That's the problem. But then he's also a defender. I think he wanted to play centre half, didn't he? That's why he was desperate to play centre half. So that's not too shabby. Add these back to the old right, so McDonald's in. Grimes is in. So there's two players already. DLP for who? For McDonald? No, his passing's only 10. Or Grimes. Again, passing only 10. Vision's not particularly high either, to be honest. Ever done a tier 10 save? Yeah, absolutely we have. Yeah. Leo Ann, that's right up our street, to be honest. This is, to be fair, this is pretty much, it might as well be a tier 10 save, to be honest. The plan for this one is to win everything in England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland, so we're all over the place. To be honest, we started in the 3rd division of Northern Ireland, and we've slowly started to work our way up, but we do have to come all the way back down again because we haven't won everything in Northern Ireland, and we haven't gone to Wales, and we haven't gone to Scotland, and we've missed a couple of tiers out at the bottom of England. So, yeah, just because we're in the Premier League now, we might still have to go all the way back down to Vanarama North and South. But yeah, tier 10's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Who are you currently tier 10ing with? Shows are playing France. I was like, let me have a look at this guy. I can't remember who he was. More water, yes. To be honest, we're all about the grind around here. Make things as difficult as you possibly can. that's the aim of the game around here. We're not even in June yet. Oh, we are now. Oh, there we go. June's up, everyone. Finances, 2.6 million pound transfer budget left, which means that Career's going to have to be delayed for a little bit unless we can get some funds in. So Matty Unsworth, need to try and get him out the door. Need to try and get Gino out the door. Doyle, he's not going to be happy about being offered out, is he? No. Can't for the life of me getting the saves this year. Attempted to take up my local team, Walsall Woods. I think you might as well. Like, I think that those sorts of saves are really good if you're struggling to get into stuff, because then it's like, in a sense, it's like, well, if it goes wrong, so what? Like, and then you open up into a journeyman save, and then you can sort of like mess around with it. I think that's maybe what you might have to look at. Just try and like play around with it. You know. That's where the fun happens. Sheffield United have made a bid for Unsworth. It's £15 million, but it's over a long period of time. And again, the money's not really come flying in for Kaydorf either. It is still 15 million, yeah. And he's going to be in the Championship as well. So Sheffield United didn't get promoted, did they? Actually, where are Sheffield United? Let's hope they're not in the... Are they in the Premiership? They are. Okay. Not sure that's the best idea then. Daniel Day-Lewis, Player of the Month award. 3 goals in 2 games. Jameson gets the Manager of the Month award. So then the Cure gets the Player of the Year. Oh. What's about that? James Evans is the goal scorer of the year. Aquino gets Young Player. Oh, it's a clean sweep. It's a clean sweep. Right, let me just pop these into the Discord because we've done all 3. The Cure gets Player, Aquino gets Young Player, and then I get Manager of the Year. That's the first. Is that a first? Have we done that before? No, we must have got that at Linfield, surely. Surely we did. Look at those players in the team of the year as well. Daniel Day-Lewis, Biggsy, Hayes, The Cure, Maxo. I agree with all of them. Did we get a Huddersfield? We might have done, actually. That's a good point. That's a good point, Franco. Maybe we did. Does Damjanovic deserve an international call-up? Yes. Absolutely. Speculation on Nick McLean's future. No idea. No idea. The Cure gets a Team of the Year bonus. I bet he wasn't expecting that. Right, Correa, we can sign him. We can pull in a big striker. In he comes. Three huge signings at the start of the season. I'm very happy about that. We mean big this season. I think we have to, don't we? We've got to like go in, giving it the big one, and then at least if it doesn't work, we've tried. Yeah. Rather than sort of like, well, you know, maybe. That's where he played for. He played for Parthenon. Andy Andre. 29 years old. Again, another player. Like I thought, I like the look of the name. Yes, we need a right back. I mean, Grimes can play right back. So if we don't get one, we don't get one. It's not a major issue. Centre back, we've got McDonald in, but we could do with another one. And goalkeeper, we like the look of that Humberto and Argentino. I like the look of that Noah Andrews. Owen McDonald's in, so he's a centre back in there already. So let's see what that Humberto's Argentino's saying. We need to sell some players now, though. That's the problem. Damjanovic transfer saga to develop. I don't think so. He's going nowhere. He's going nowhere. He doesn't even have a minimum fee for clubs for domestic clubs in a higher division. Oh, we're in that. You know what I mean? We're in that division. How much does he want? 31. Oh, can't do it just yet. We've adjusted it. We've adjusted all of our. Oh shit! Whoops! just clicked. If he wants to go, he can go. We're not gonna. Yeah, we need to sell. We need to sell players now. So we need to try and get rid of as much deadwood as we can. Right, Rory Wilson can go on the transfer list. Out you go. Sarah can go on the transfer list. I think Doyle can go. Let's put him on the list. It's fine. He's gonna be a bit happier now being offered out, isn't he? Let's see if we can at least bring some money back in. And get Jones out as well, you reckon? Sarah. Derby wants £6 million. We're going to pay £6 million for him. There you go, Derby. Absolutely. Forrest for Wilson. Yeah. Unsworth's gone to Sheffield United. I know it's selling the club to selling a player to another club in the Premiership, but do we pay? Right, I'm not normally a fan of doing this, but do we pay the agent off to get Wilson off the books? He's earning 35 grand a week. We're not going to really use him, are we? Yeah. Just get him gone. I don't like doing that, but there's some moments where you're just like, oh, you know what, you are going to have to just go, aren't you? Get him gone. Stupid Slanders. He's retired. Middlesbrough declare interest in Serra. Teams respond to Serra bids £3 million up to £7 million. Go on then, that'll do. Transfer money is more useful. Absolutely. £45 million for that lad. Bit too much. Actually, how much is Jackson? $35. Still quite a lot in it. Still quite a lot. Berwick. The Berwick job's available. Damn it. Damn it. If we weren't building a dynasty at Crystal Palace, I'd be straight over there to Berwick. All right, come on. Let's see what we can do. Rory Wilson is on his way out of the door. Okay, so Wilson's gone. Okay, who else has gone? Unsworth's gone. Gino's still here, isn't he? Serra looks like he might go. Man saying I haven't bothered to apply on the application. Not yet. To be fair, is definitely not a. It's not good. It's not good, really, is it? You know, if they're wanting me to come and play for them, then they need to think about this. You know. Ooh, okay. Benevento. Oh, can't do it. Can't do it. Thought we could maybe try and do a straight swap for Batella. Kadorf has gone. He's gone. He's gone to Siska Moscow. 8.5 mil. Reasonable. Gino's out the door. Big bugbear of the whole save, waiting for interviews at the end of the season while I'm bursting again to get new players signed. Yeah, because you've got to, haven't you? You've got to be like straight out there getting those players in. As you say, because if you don't, then it's like, what do I do? What do I do? I've got to go out and get there. You know? Brad Clark wanted by Southampton, wanted by us as well. Sheffield United keen on signing Z. I mean, keen all they want. It's not happening. You know? So, transfer window is open. Leicester are interested in Luis Morente from Leeds. Mainly a backup player, to be honest. 20 substitute appearances. Anticipation and bravery are very, very good. Agility, balance is good. Stamina, pace, long shots. Reasonable player. Not too brilliant. Johnny Taylor is interesting. Everton, who looks fine, I guess. Huddersfield Town are chasing Hansel Osborne from Peterborough. Evening, Gary Miller. How are you, buddy? Nice to see you. Hansel Osborne again, just a backup player. Leicester, Everton still in the Championship. Yep. Christopher Berg, 18-year-old inside forward from Budeglimt, wanted by Man City, PSG, Dortmund, Barcelona. Let's go and get that boy as quick as we can. Wonder Kid, right? Wunderkinden. What's the thing about Palace trying to take off their FA Cup and or League Cup? Yeah, basically that. And then if we get a big Premier League club, then yes, we'll go and do that one. We were sort of holding out for Man U. Again, I know that they turned us down previously, but they then got relegated. So that might not be something that's gonna happen for a while. But we have bought two players from Man United, McDonnell and Grimes. We've bought Correa in as well. So 3 pretty strong signings, I think, to start the window off, which we're very, very happy about. So what's that? 16 million, 19 million, and 25 million. So decent drops of cash, you know. Training Grimes at right back. I think Grimes is better at the DM, to be honest. Unsure about his recent form. Where's this one? Oh, this one here, Grimes. Well, he was in the Man U team that got relegated, I guess, so that could be it. But I think he plays as a DM rather than as a right back, personally. Because none of this is any good. Crossing and dribbling is not brilliant, but marking, tackling, anticipation's fine. So I think if we train him as a DM, half back essentially, and McDonald can play at centre back. Pleased to sign a player of his calibre, and then of course, pleased to sign Correa as a striker. And then there's two great strikers, Daniel Day-Lewis and Correa. 6'4", 25, jumping reach of 17, finishing of 18, composure of 15, decisions of 15, dribbling of 17, first touch of 15. I mean, like, we might end up having to play 2 up top. A Scotsman called Nigel, slightly suspect. Yeah, a little bit. How much have Wolves paid? £4 million. We've bid £4 million. PSG have bid £1 million, 1.5. Rangers want to try and bring Serra in on loan. I'd rather sell him, but maybe we can go with that. I mean, I'd be happy if we can get all of our business done fairly quickly. Just seeing a notification that you've been gifting subs. Yes, didn't he? That wonderful Raggio. Thoughts on Z being linked with Sheffield United? It's not. He's not going. Sell rather than loan. Oh yeah. Hopefully there'll be some clubs. I mean, Derby have come in for him to try and buy, and sort of Middlesbrough. Still want to bring another centre back. Still want a goalkeeper. What's British Steel? Asks Apollo Baker. So British Steel is this: we have to win everything in England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. We've currently won 10 trophies, and trophies count as promotions, by the way. So promotions count as trophies. So this is where we currently are in terms of what we've done. So everything that's in green is what we've won. Everything that's in white we haven't won. FA Cup and Carabao Cup, of course, from last season. Also, just really update them to white also. And then this is, so in England we've won the Championship, League 1, League 2, Vanarama National, and the FA Trophy. That shows you who we've done it with. So that's the teams we've managed throughout. So Banbridge, Portadown, Dungannon, Linfield, Oxford, East Fife, Huddersfield, and Crystal Palace. And this is also about to start season 16 now. So 35 trophies to win. We're into season 16, 10 trophies won already. So we're I think we're doing all right. I think we're nudging around in a reasonable amount of time. We've got some people in the Discord who are like absolutely smashing it. So we're sort of slowly playing catch up, I guess. But it's fun. It's a fun challenge. It's like it's like really out there as one of those ones where you're just like, do people really do this as a challenge, and why? But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. We like this sort of like journeyman style challenges, and then it just adds another layer of complexity and difficulty, I suppose. Which just makes it so much more fun. So if that's the sort of thing you like, then drop a follow. We stream Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. The odd bonus stream here and there as well. More Man United players. Bayana. £27 million. Want to buy everybody. Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid. He's got 99 grand a week. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. You already did. Bless you. Bless you, Baker. Gerbeshov. Left back, he's not quite as good as Z. So 3 players in so far. That for us that's pretty good going. It's pretty good going. We normally don't act as quick as that. Swansea made a bid for Owen Hickey. He's not good enough for the Premier League, sadly. I don't think. Nice want Drew Ward. Again, I don't know if he's Premiership quality at this point. He might get there, but maybe not yet. Valia won the Serie B Striker of the Year award, which is pretty good. Given the fact he's only there for half a season, it's pretty interesting. I can't believe how many times continue's been clicked. I know. It feels weird, doesn't it? It's like, who am I? Why are we clicking all the way through, like trying to like press on with the save? It feels mad. Keane, Swallen, welcome in. Yeah, we're doing the British Steel Challenge at the minute, so we're trying to win everything in England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. 35. We've got 10 trophies won so far, Kenzie. Out of the 35, so we're getting there slowly. So just chipping away. First season in the Premier League with Crystal Palace coming up, so we won the league on the last day of the season, so we're kind of like, we got ourselves into this sort of like swept up moment where everything was really exciting and like, oh yeah, we can get this done, and then finally got over the line. We like, get in, and now it's like, now we've got to start planning for next season. And then we had a quick little nosy around, going like, is there any better jobs available? Like, you know. So we had a little look, and this is where we are. So at the minute we're staying. Christopher Berg. We'll have a little nosy about with this wonder kid. See what he thinks. Give him the bare minimum, you know. Actually, do we give him a bit more money? 14 grand. Man City want him. There's only us that are paying for him, though. I think there's only us that are actually in for him at this point. We might end up with him. West Ham want to take Sam Jones on loan. Don't forget Vanarama South and North. Yeah, we've got that to do as well. How delighted are we to see Maxo score for his country? I mean, to be fair, I'm delighted to see that he's remembered to turn up for his country. He rarely remembers to do that for us. we renamed the young player Chris De Boer. Yes. Did he know he'd scored for his country? He hasn't got a clue, Franco. He hasn't got a fucking clue. He's just like, why is everyone jumping on me? Why is everyone cheering? What have I done? Get off me. Oh, great. After all that, he's moved to Rangers. Bugger. We thought Sarah was off somewhere else. Yeah, that's right. I think you're right. I think cancel it. Right, there we go. Yeah. Offer him back out again. Absolutely. Let's see what we can do with Sam Jones as well. See if we can get him offered out as a for 16 million quid rather than loaning. Do you know what I mean? Elche and Laribi have failed to agree new terms. I'm just saying. City job's still there. The Chelsea job's stable now. So I think we might have just been able to hold out long enough that we can sort of like go, right, you know what? Palace is where it's at. No offers for Sarah. Of course there's no offers for Sarah. Typical. We'll give him a week or so. We'll offer him back out. Laribi is our Premier League's Paul Ward. It's possible. It's absolutely possible. Marchand has gone off to Club America, presumably to go and tap up Paul Ward. So he's out there. Blackburn want Bell. I don't mind loaning him out, actually. Loaning's fine. Middlesbrough put the same bid back in for Serra. Cool. Get him out. Palace have dropped 6 places. How have we dropped 6 places? I don't get it. We got promoted. We're better, surely. All right, who else can we scribble off on here? So Martian's gone. Okay. I think that's it, isn't it? We've not got Doyle gone yet. And we've not got Jones gone yet. Sarah's still not gone yet. What do we have to respond to? QPR have made an offer for Ben Hall. Goalkeeper 1.4 million. It's fine, go on. We're not going to pay it. We're not going to play him. I forgot we even had him, to be honest. European rankings, we never played in Europe. I mean, that is just, yeah, probably, but still. Manchester United want to try and take Strawberry Cream. Yeah, go on then, out you go. Forest want to try and take Hall. It's fine. Dawson about making the dressing room. True. He is 33 and he's a proper, he's one of the leaders, isn't he? So if we keep the leaders in there, that's good. See how much money we've actually managed to get. Show me the current team. Yeah, I can do. We need to. You're only going to see sort of like, you're not going to see it as it's going to be, essentially. But yes, we can certainly show you it. So let's pull this up now. You have a quick look at this. Barnabas again. So here's where we currently are then. So in goal is Kitowski, who we're going to hopefully get a better goalkeeper in. We've already sort of like identified who we think we want. So we'll see if we've got enough money to go and try and get him in. Right back is Maxo, who's Danish international, 22 years old, likes a drink, likes to forget to turn up for training because he's pissed, but is still very, very good. The Cure is in the side, bit of a club legend already, to be honest. League's player of the season. Centre back, Isaac Jackson, we love to keep, but we probably aren't going to be able to keep. He's worth 35 million quid, so he's going to be going. Z is a Brazilian player who's come in and has been excellent, to be honest, so hopefully we can keep him at the club now that he's wanted by some teams in Germany and Newcastle. Chat is probably on his way out. He's 6'4", 29. He's probably lacking a little bit for the Premier League, but he's a good player to have around the building. Matty Warwick is exceptional. Young player, 21 years old, really, really good. Signing of a 9 million quid from Man City. So he looks like an absolute belter player. Tom Hayes, Captain Colossus, has a bit of a nosedive in terms of his current performance, but he's still brilliant. 12 goals and 8 assists in 38 games. That does it for me. Murphy is in there as well, 24 years old. He's a bit special. He's our inside forward. Inverted winger is Damjanovic from Sweden. Again, very, very excited about him. He's come through there and done a great job starting to basically be as good as we think he can be, to be honest. 38 games played, 9 goals, 12 assists. And up front, Daniel Day-Lewis, 22 goals and 26 matches started. So, yeah, pretty decent with that. 20 aggression, played most games angry, didn't get sent off. Warwick is a bastard. Warwick is the blueprint, isn't he? Oh, yeah, and we've got this guy as well. We signed him for £1.2 million. He's now worth 52 million quid. So, Aquino is quite good. Rangers want Bell. Bell's got no interest in joining. I love that. I don't care. So, yeah, trying to get some players sold to generate some more money to replace the players that are on their way out. £18 million for Parsons. I mean, it would be good if we could afford that, but I don't think we can. Actually, we've got 18 million quid. Do we go for Parsons, 18 million quid, or do we go for the goalkeeper at Villa? I think we go for the keeper at Villa, don't we? Bring him home. Do you reckon? Because it's bring him home or bring in the goalkeeper, innit? What's more needed? What can we get away with? A centre back or a goalkeeper? Like, I think Kitowski's going to be found out more. Can we get him for 17 or 18 million quid? I think so. I mean, he's better on everything, isn't he? Really. Aerial reach 17, one-on-one 16, reflexes 16, throwing 15, anticipation 17, concentration 16, balance 18, leadership's better, positioning's better. Yeah, he's a better goalkeeper, isn't he? Let's try and get him in, shall we? 16 million quid. See if we can do that. I mean, we can put the bid in for Parsons as well, but I don't think we'll get him. Actually, maybe we don't. Maybe we don't. Buy him on the never, never. See, I've not even thought about that, have I? I've just gone straight. Man City job unsuccessful. That's fine. Didn't want it anyway. Genuinely. Set pieces again. My client has no interest in joining Sheffield United. Damn right you haven't, Damjanovic. You're staying where you are. Ali Gungo. He's not going out on loan again. Right. So let's see what Parsons has got then, shall we? Oh, then 10 million over. Over that. He's not going on loan to West Ham, no. Put the bit in Parsons, yeah, just to mess QPR around. Yeah. They only want 7, right? Okay. Hang on. Right. Okay, let's... No, this has got to be changed around as well. Have we ended up with Berg? Holy shit. How have we done that? How the fuck have we signed Berg? Fuck. We've got him? How the hell have we managed to convince Christopher Berg to join Crystal Palace? Evening, Owen. How are you? This is, as long as he gets a work permit. 4 goals. Oh, he's played 4 times. 4 times he's got 2 goals. He's a wonder kid, so that he should theoretically be given the work permit. He's a true model citizen. What a time to rise. I'm wearing a red dress right now. I mean, that's... I don't need context. Kids won't get that joke. I don't get the joke. Oh, yes. Oh, of course, Christopher. Rename a new gent. Yeah, if he's in, he gets called Christopher Berg. If we've got this guy in, then that's going to be ridiculous, right? Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Just however much that's going to cost for him. Just whatever. Christopher, aka Eyebrows, Evening Zeep. I mean, If we've done that, that is... Was Maxo flouting around the red dress after the piss? I mean, what a scandal triple we've got. Maxo, Damjanovic and Krista Berg. I mean... I love that. I love that. Parsons, 130 grand. Mate, you got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. It's not. We're not going there. Not for 130 grand. The Cure's not going. He's got no interest in joining Leon. Of course he hasn't. Get fucked, Parsons. Yeah. The Alan Parsons project is off. Right. He's gone to Sunderland. How much for? 115 grand. I mean, it's fine. He's a good player. He's a very good player. Don't get me wrong. He's a very good player. But I think that we've got... I think we've maybe got bigger fish to fry, haven't we? We want to get the... Yeah, Krista Berg over the line. And at that point, then we can be like, right, everything's fine. Everything's happened. Work overtime for a Cornetto. Yeah. Aston Villa have said that's fine. 5 million, 15 million. Yeah, fuck it, just pay whatever it costs to get him in. Vincent Wanyama set for Linfield job. Nice. I like that. That's a good idea. Argentinos is incredibly interested in negotiating terms. Excellent. Have we got the money though? Have we got the cash? 88 grand. Right, let's try and adjust this a little bit. How are we going to work it? Will you take 80? Take that out. There we go. Right. We're money's moving all over the place at this point. I tell you what, it's like Man City money moving all around here. Giving big bonuses. Graham Potter, the leading candidate in the Peterborough job, apparently. He's not going. He's not going. Damjanovic is not going to Sheffield United. Hall's gone to QPR. That's fine. There's another £1 million in the bank. Just need this to just nudge through. Come on. I mean, words fail me with Berg. I don't understand how he just flashed up on the recommendation screen like that, and we were like, well, he's pretty good, and here he comes. Right, everybody, never seen you looking so lovely as you did tonight. Never seen you shine so bright. This kid's amazing. Many clubs asked you if you wanted to dance. They were looking for a little romance. And instead of going to Barcelona, Man City or PSG, you decided to go Crystal Palace. Everybody, welcome Krista Berg to Crystal Palace. Where's Jeb when we need him? We've had a field day with this. This is just incredible. Absolutely incredible. Like, you know how excited we got when we signed Damjanovic. I hope you've clipped this, by the way. This is something that absolutely needs to be clipped. So you know when we thought, right, okay, Damjanovic, he looks good. He looks very, very good. All of a sudden, Damjanovic looks like a crock of shit compared to this lad. I mean, what's going to happen? Is he going to nudge Aquino out of the way? Is he going to move Murphet out of the way? Hand him a trifle. Give that lad a trifle. Set his nickname. The next Haaland. Chris de Burgh. Passing and crossing needs to improve. Yeah, it does. He's aggressive as well, though. He needs to bulk up a bit. He's only got strength of 9. But he's only 18. He plays in my son's position. Oh, dear. He's only 5'7". I've bought a midget. Like, he might look all right, but, I mean, he's going to have to get bigger, isn't he? JJ can play in the middle. Yes. There you go, Franco. That'll be it. Where's Aquino going to go? Everything's going down the right-hand side now, isn't it? It's got to be. Aquino's going to be like, well, now what? I think that lad looks pretty good. Pretty happy with that. I think if we look at what we've done so far, we've spent, it's not 97 million this season, of course. It is, I'm going to get the calculator out very quickly and work out how much we have spent in this window. We've spent 15.75 plus 18.75. That's both from relegated Manchester United, of course. Plus 25 million quid, plus 7 million quid. We've spent 66 million pounds so far. That's not bad, is it? We've spent 65 and we've brought in 15 plus 6.5 plus 7 plus 2 plus 0.8 plus 1.4. We've brought in, actually no, brought in about 25 mil, so it's not a lot. He'll be very good in the last 20 minutes of a game. I think he'll be fine. Really. I think if we quickly put Grimes in where the chat is, and I think if we put O'Donnell where Jackson is, and we put Chris de Burgh where Murphet is, and we put Correa on the bench. Like, this is ridiculous. Having players like Correa sat on the bench, who we've brought in, Murphy on the bench, Aquino on the bench at this point, of course. I'm not saying we haven't quite got squad depth yet, but that right there, run down that list of names now, look at that side, apart from the goalkeeper, is that looking strong? We've definitely improved, haven't we? Even if we move Grimes to the side there, and then we put Warwick there, and we put Hayes there, and we do it that way. Is that how we tighten things up? Maybe make Warwick a Volante or something, possibly, or a ball in the midfield on support there. That might work. Maybe we just keep it as it is and go, you know what? Fuck it. It works. Give the ball to De Berg or Aquino. Of course, Aquino's still there as well. On the initial look, he's better than Aquino. Jesus. Okay. Fine. That's going to be fun. Now we've increased our stature. Okay. I think this Crystal Palace side has the potential to be fun. I think. It's definitely labelled as the start of the future. We haven't had any Premier League money yet. Oh, God. Oh, God. We haven't, have we? £30 million for Champions League clubs. That's fine. We can up that if needs be. We literally just took the first bid that was there. Sarah has gone to Middlesbrough. I just need to see us get this goalkeeper over the line. And then I almost want to say we're done. Argentino rejects Palace. What? Right. Okay. I think we surely Chris de Boer is getting renamed the Lady in Red. No. We'll rename him we'll rename him Chris de Boer. Maybe they're offering him more money. Okay, right. Look, we're into the next bit now. Do we find out? Are we in the Hall of Fame yet? Probably not. Probably not. Train Chris to play on the other side so you can play on the right and the left. I mean, that could be fun, couldn't it? Maxo, De Berg, and Damjanovic. The three scandals. Like, he can play both as well. He'd be an option instead of Damjanovic, yeah. Training. So if I try and train him as a left-sided player as well. Inverted winger on support. Yeah. Then he can do Damjanovic's role as well. Right. I think that's probably a good time to leave it. Because I think we've all got a bit excited there, haven't we? I think he looks pretty good. I think what we do now is let's go and chuck the raid over to... Right, I'll tell you what, we'll only do this because we think he'll get it, okay? We're going to go and hang out in RDF, with RDF for a little bit.
I'm in the favela.
Right, okay, he's still here.
My person got the dweller.
When we raid in, yeah? We need just to start typing lines to Lady in Red. Okay, so go and do that. Give love to RDF. We'll see you on Wednesday. Keep telling him in the chat. We've never seen you looking so lovely as you did tonight. He's the Lady in Red. See you in a bit. Bye, everyone.
masterclass in the fucking first game of the season. That is not happening. We are not doing a tactical masterclass on the first day. Tony has just raided on our first game of the season.
Come back, King.
Boom!